What's up? What's up? I'm back in this bitch. I wanted to just go over some stuff that I talked about absolutely unsure, and just talk about what I'm doing to just to kind of cause when I get more into the ultimate goal maybe, especially if it comes to me. But what I said on the podcast, I was like, when I went to Bacon, I ended up running into the same friends that I had when I was in Humble, and it was weird because it was like they made me respond the same. They made me laugh the same. They just was the same like type of friend. I went to this friend more for this reason. I went to that friend more for that reason type shit. And it's like, why did I run into the same type of friends? And it's because it's just you can't escape yourself. Like no matter where you go, and it's kind of going to like traveling. Like I'm not saying it's bad to travel or anything like that. Do as much traveling as you can and enjoy yourself. But in that same sense, like understanding that's not everything. Everything is you need to find what be inside of you. And the reason you can understand that is because I give this example, and I try to get back to the friends later, but I give this example because say you go back and watch cartoons and you watch cartoons now with your adult mind, understanding sexuality and sexual of is it sexual passes or sexual gestures, and as you didn't understand them as a kid, and now you go back and watch these fucking cartoons, you're like, oh damn, I did not remember that as a kid, or I didn't see that as a kid, or subconsciously I might have noticed that, but I didn't notice that consciously. And now that I'm older and I'm sexual, I understand these things that they put in these cartoons, and that goes to even spiritually. Like there's so many spiritual messages in movies and music, and you will never fucking hear them if you're not a spiritual person and you're not trying to find yourself. Like if you're not on that self of finding yourself, you will never hear somebody else that's trying to find themselves. Like even if they're saying it on a song, you'll think that it's just a song or it's just the hook. But now, like when I go back and listen to even songs that I've loved, just from I'm like, damn, I hear so much more now. I get it so much deeper now. I get what they're like with Lil Wayne. Like first you think Lil Wayne just trying to rhyme and all this shit, but now from my perspective and where I think now, like I be like, oh, I get it now. Like I get where Wayne be coming from with a lot of the shit he talk about now. I understand him in a sense because a lot of the sense what Big Crit even said, he like, I can't come to my family because they treat me or they act just like fans or some shit like that. And it's like a lot of people listen to music from a fan perspective or a perspective of where this person is better than me. But in that same sense, like I'm a little everywhere with what I'm saying. But in that same sense, like when you start listening to people from when you just start breaking down everything you listen to and digest, you start to see how everybody just like you in a sense. Like you don't think that these people are better than you in a sense. Like that's just a part of your journey. But in the beginning, you used to think certain shit like that. But as you get older, you start to view life differently. But that's just saying like it all comes from the inside, bro. And like I said, I'm not knocking going out and doing different things in this world. Like I said, enjoy yourself. When I say enjoy yourself, like whatever you're doing, that's you finding yourself and whatever, that's fine. But when it comes to the bigger picture, that's all I'm saying. When Lauren Hill says, just keep your eye on the prize. Like, that's it. That's all I want people to do is keep their eye on the fucking prize. Like, I've been thinking about that, but I haven't said it in the video yet. Lauren Hill said it best. Like, I don't even have to say it no better than that. It's on the MTV Unplugged. Do what you gotta do, but keep your eye on the prize. Get your money. But she didn't say keep your eye on the prize, but she like um keep your eye on the you can get the money, you can get the hour, you can get the power. Just keep your mind on the final hour. That's it. That's all I be trying to tell people. Like, yeah, enjoy yourself. Do all these different things, but understand that there's a bigger picture. There's a bigger idea, and it's not coming through these different things that you decide are fun or entertainment. Like, even even if you enjoy your art, that's not everything. Like, that's just a part of you. Like, And her final hour, my final hour, what she might say, what I might say will be varied. But mine is keep your eye on the bigger picture. And if you stay focused on one little thing in this life, bro, you're not looking at the bigger picture. But and I'm just trying to give examples, I guess, to that. But in I don't know, man. I'm a little everywhere right now. In that sense of just go back to my friends, just when I talk about finding the same friends in the same place that I go, like that's just it. It show you not to believe in coincidence. It show you that you're discovering yourself no matter where you go. And honestly, it's I don't know how to go any deeper than that. It's that simple. Like the fact that you can see that no matter what you do, like your whatever frequency you're on, you're going to find that same frequency wherever you go. So it shows that you're the center of the universe. So where is there to travel if you're the center of the universe? Wherever you reach out, you're just reaching away from yourself. You know, wherever you travel, in a sense of you're not. It's weird, man. You're not reaching away from yourself, but you're reaching away from the you're reaching away from the foundation. You're outstretching yourself. I don't know. Neither one of those is not what I really want to say, but that's what's coming up in my mind. So I'm just saying it. But it's like there's an eternal you, and then there's an outside you. The internal you is the center of the universe. The outternal you, the external you is what you see, the projection of you. We tried to change the projection, hoping it would change the eternal self, but that's opposite. You change the eternal self, you start to see different shit in the world. So what I'm trying to tell people, bro, you can go as far as you want. I'm trying to go to God level even further than that, and whatever world I'll end up in will be representation of that thing that I manifested or whatever, that thing that I became. It's that simple. If you're a narcissist or if you're a thief, wherever you go, you're looking for a come up. If you're a savior, no matter where wherever you go, you're always looking to save somebody. If you're constantly in the cycle of fear, no matter where you go, you're gonna always be in fear. Even if you're in Fort Knox, it's gonna be something you still find a way to fear. Maybe one of the people inside are gonna change, and then they take over from the inside. And what can I do about that? Because I'm in the inside. Like no matter what you do, you can come up with a scenario if you exist in that world. So it's like all I'm saying is you can chase these things externally, but it wouldn't matter till you're internally secure. When I pause, I go through a bunch of mini arguments that I hear, like from I guess what I think other people will say whenever they hear what I say or whatever. Just that other, just devil advocates, I guess, of what I just said, other perspectives, just to see if I need to, I guess, speak on them or bring clarity. But yeah, man, just understanding, like, bro, till you securing yourself, it don't matter what you doing, no matter what relationship you in. Like, if you're an insecure person, you're gonna be insecure in every relationship you're in. I don't care if it's your parents or your business partner or whatever. For instance, if you feel like a burden, that's what I kind of go through. You're gonna feel a burden to whoever you dealing with, no matter if somebody like a burden to America, a burden to wherever, however far you let that, however far you let it go. And then just go to like, bro, you are the projection that you see, man. And I deleted my other video because I felt like I was everywhere. But this is an example where I say, like, no matter if you look at your closet, the clothes you have in there, if you're able to, if you bought a, in the sense of, if you shop often and your closet is kind of, up to date, most likely it's going to be your favorite three colors or your favorite three patterns or whatever that you have, like, more abundant than other things. Yeah, you might have other color shirts and shit, but like your top three or four shoes gonna be your favorite color or have your favorite color in it type shit. Your favorite jewelry gonna have your favorite animal or favorite whatever. Like, it's just go to show, like, whatever you like comes for eternal. Whatever you have, whatever you get, whatever you purchase, whatever you do in life comes for eternal shit that you do. Like, whenever you like music, whenever you like a movie, it's because it's something you went through. It's a part of your journey, maybe a future journey. It resonates for different reasons. Maybe past journey, past self, subconsciously. We have many different versions of self that shit can resonate with, and sometimes we don't understand that shit. So we, let shit go, let shit fly, and don't try to understand these resonations or whatever. But for me, I try to understand every different version of self that pop up. Angry self, um, greedy self, because they all exist for a certain reason. And I mean, it's just more wise to speak to them than just ignore them. But whatever. Um, if you have paintings on a wall, if you have pictures and shit, like, they're going to be shit that resonates with you. Especially if it's like a cartoon or something. Like, a lot of people like Rick and Morty. They like that shit because it's something that they do in their dreams, go to multiple different worlds and shit like that. But some people might not understand Rick and Morty or get Rick and Morty and all, and that's because they're not connected as closely to the spiritual world, or they don't have anything that resonate with them in that TV show, and they may watch other different shit like Love and Hip Hop or whatever. Like, there's many different shits out there, Seinfeld or whatever the fuck they like to watch. But I mean, I like cartoons because you could be more creative and there's more things that you can express. And when you deal to human shit, like actually having humans and shit, like, there's only so much that we can um, portray versus if it was a cartoon where that's literally our imagination almost. The closer we'll get to our imagination. But yeah, man, I'm just saying everything we do is just a representation of our internal shit. So no matter where you go, no matter where you travel, you're just gonna find the same shit of yourself. Like, for instance, like, if you're a drama field person, you're going to find all the drama field spaces no matter where you go. If you go to job, schools, church, church is funny, but because those really be full of drama. But no matter where you go, you're going to find the drama spaces because that's the world you live in. And like I said, I said this in my last video, I deleted, but I'm not gonna knock being in a drama world because you can become a Wendy Williams. You can become, like, if you have other things you can use like marketing and just have other geniuses going on about yourself. Like, yeah, if you can use that drama shit for your benefit. TMZ do it, a lot of media sources do it, but in that same sense, they know what they're doing. They're not just doing it and just in the world. For example, a lot of people live in those drama filled spaces but don't even know why they're there. If that makes sense. Like, they be like, oh, I go through this and I go through that. This person said this about me, that person said that about me, but like, you're living in that world and you keep choosing to go back into that world, and like, it's all cool when y'all talking about somebody else, but when you find out somebody talking about you, you can't take it. But that's when I say they know these TMZ and shit like that. They know what they're doing, and even if you talk about them, they're gonna use it, like, in a sense of like with Kanye and shit. Like, they use all publicity is good publicity. So they understand the game versus somebody that's just being a pawn of the game. Like, you just you letting drama slap you up and down the world versus they using the instance of they know you like drama, so they gonna play this drama role in the sense of society. Like, they're gonna show you all the different drama that go on in Hollywood or whatever shit. And they know you gonna like that shit because you do the same shit in your job. So of course you're gonna understand some shit that maybe you think bigger than you. Of course you're gonna love that shit. You like, oh, If they got drama, let me get in their drama and shit like that. It's just you're gonna attract that shit, and that's just the same thing. Like I said, if you're a thief or whatever, like you're going to see the same shit no matter wherever you go. The come up, like that's just what people don't understand. Like that's why I say you can travel, but you're going to end up running into the same spaces and scenarios that you was already going into. Like you cannot run away from yourself. And I don't care wherever you go, your thoughts are there with you. The same thoughts that was in Houston. Like those thoughts are not going to change because you went to another place. I'm sorry. I've tried it. Maybe my thoughts are more powerful than others. I can't run away from myself. Maybe other people can. Not I. I tried it. And the dreams don't work. The best I can do is maybe I can fight myself, but even then it's like that only get you so far. What you fighting yourself for? Like understand yourself. But that's all I'm saying, bro. Like you can't run away from yourself, and that's kind of what this movie Bird Box is about. I haven't even seen it, but I just know that they said you can't run away from your fears, and whenever you go outside, if you take the blindfold off, it's like it's in front of you. But how is that possible? How can this thing just be omnipresent everywhere? Like it's so many different humans that got shit going on. What if they take off a blindfold? Don't they got to be right in front of them? Like, nah, it's some eternal shit. Like, so no matter wherever you take the hell off, you can't escape it. Don't ask me why the house shit matters, but that's just how they had to make the movie, so the movie can movie. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's some eternal shit. They talked about it being their fears, and you can't run away from your fears. That's some eternal shit. You can't run away from the shit that's inside of you. It might not be fears, it might be greed, it might be whatever. And I ain't saying you got to be whatever. I ain't even said shit, but I ain't saying you got to get 100% over greed. Like it might be a little bit of greed in you at all times, but just understand that don't let it overtake you. Don't let it be your everything. Like you dictate what your internal shit is. Like after you start understanding. So it's a path or whatever. But whatever. There's so many different thoughts in my head right now. But let me just say, yeah, go back to the greed shit. Like for instance, I was just telling my girlfriend, like with confidence, say you 50-50 in confidence, like you believe in this, like bipolar. You believe in yourself 50%, 50-50. Like sometimes you down, sometimes you up. And it's about 50-50. It's half the days, half the month good, half the month bad. Half the day good, half the day bad. And say you start to notice that and you start to make you either you start to notice it or you don't notice it and you keep getting stuck and you start to become 60-40 in depression, then 70-30 in depression. And you start walking in that, you start walking to what do they say? Um when they talk about walking on certain paths versus walking in the middle or whatever. um I'm not necessarily whatever, but say you walk more to the 70% instead of being more conscious of yourself and saying, all right, I know I have down days, but let me work towards more having more good days. So say say you go the other way, you 60-40 happy days. All right, let's make it the most you ever probably be is 90-10. That's all I'm really trying to say. Like you be 90% happiness, 10% bad days. Like so, I'm just giving an example. One day out of the week is a bad day, or maybe 5-6 days out of a month is a bad day. And don't hold on to those 6 bad days. Just understand that's the numbers in this game. Like every day not gonna be perfect. That's just this reality. And understand I can still move forward with these other days that I have in a sense. Why did I even bring that up? Oh, just saying that you won't ever fully get rid of that greed. Like understand greed is there for a certain amount of greed can keep you alive. But too much greed can get you killed. See what I'm saying? So it's just a certain too much confidence can put you in a bad place. Period. Too much lack of confidence, can get you fucked over. It's about the balance of the game. You can go to like the 48 laws of power, I think, where you talk about letting your sensei stay the sensei, keeping them believing they the sensei, just understanding the spaces that you in. Like, don't always try to like if you're in your mom house or you're around your mom, bro, let her be right. Especially if it don't do nothing for you in a sense. Like, bro, let your mom have her juice, let her have her sauce. Is it affecting your life? No. Now, if it is affecting your life, you gotta do something different. If you're under her household, you gotta do something different. If she under yours, maybe we gotta put her in a outhouse or something. Not an outhouse, but in the guest house or something. Or just ignore her. If she especially gotta be there if you're taking care of her, it's just depending on whatever scenario you in. But what else was I was talking about? Yeah, I mean, going into movies, music, the shit that you like, all stems from finding yourself, man. Like I said, the reason I like Drake is because he know how to resonate with emotions. He know how to express emotions. I like that shit. That's what I am. I'm an emotional person to a certain extent, of course, and I resonate with Drake to that certain level. Not fully. I wouldn't want to be his best friend, no shit like that. Unless maybe I ain't gonna say that I don't know for sure. Do like his music, but in that same sense, I wouldn't be surprised if I wasn't cool with him when I met him. Because just because he made good music, that don't mean that's who he fully is in that same sense. There's only certain parts of me that I resonate with him, in that same sense. And I really resonate with the younger him more than the older him, but there's still a big chunk of him that I resonate with because he know how to keep the emotions flowing. But Wiz Khalifa, there's certain points that I resonate with him, and that's why I like these artists, bro. It just is what it is. Like certain people, like white people, resonate with Eminem for a certain reason. Like white dude, white world, he got his white lens, and he gonna express the world how he see it, and most white people gonna understand it from his world. They gonna get it from his world more than they get it from a black dude world. It's that simple. Like you like what you resonate with. You like what you see in other. Like if you see somebody else in you, I mean, if you see yourself in somebody else, you're going to want to help them, or you're going to want to be friends with them, or you want to be cool with them. But if you don't see yourself in them, they'll probably be an enemy, or I wouldn't say an enemy, but they probably wouldn't even be in your ratio. You probably wouldn't even see them. They would be imaginary. Honestly, even your enemy resonates with you to a certain extent. Your enemy could be your best friend at the same damn time. Like, that's just how life is in this world. Like, the enemy might be closer to you than your enemy might be more like you than your best friend. That's probably why y'all clash so much, because y'all the same. That just is what it is. So when I say almost everybody you meet, you see yourself in them, especially relationships. That's why people almost date their fucking opposites. That's why they look almost the exact opposite. Don't that make sense? Yeah, of course, like their energy start merging even more through time, but in like these people look like they're spouses for a reason. They're dogs, they're animals. Like why? Cause you seen yourself in that thing and you got it. So no matter where you go, all I'm saying is you're gonna see yourself. So don't get lost in trying to travel because the big important shit is inside. If this shit isn't eternally right, then yeah, travel the world, bro. You're gonna see, enjoy yourself. Once again, enjoy yourself. Yourself. Not like enjoy the world. Enjoy when you go out, enjoy viewing your fucking self. Enjoy yourself, man. It's just that simple. But yeah, man. It's funny, bro. People don't see it. But it's right in front of us. We say these things like, man, that's your twin. Like, it's crazy, man. And that's literally everybody you run into, your past relationships, everything. And if you, and I'm not saying some people might be more, you might find yourself more in other people than others. It might also dictate how long the relationship lasts. That's what, the twin flames and shit like that. Yeah, like this person might have 10% in you, and you might only be at 10% yourself. So y'all resonate at that same level y'all was able to date. But now that you're 30, 40%, y'all still only resonate at 10%, y'all start separating. So yeah, that person is still like you, but they're not as much like you anymore, especially as you start discovering yourself more. So you get lucky when you find that person that you resonate with, and y'all keep growing and y'all keep growing and y'all keep growing and y'all keep sinking every time. Or pretty much just y'all keep sinking every time in that same sense. Like no matter how much y'all think y'all fall apart, somehow y'all end up sinking again. or renewing or whatever. Like it just is what it is. A lot of people have those relationships, and it could be with best friends, business partners. It ain't always supposed to be this straight paths. It be his ups and downs and all these other different types of shit. And that's how we know our relationships to be. Sometimes we see our friends more than other months, like or other seasons, and it just is what it is. It's like certain people, bro, when you first have kids, of course you're not gonna be able to go out all the time. Like versus when they get older, they can watch themselves. Let's go out, man. Certain shit like that. But there's different phases, different ages. Sometimes it take longer. It just is what it is, bro. Or sis, talking to myself, I guess. But yeah, man. If that didn't hit home, the fact that the dogs and y'all cats look like y'all, and you seen yourself in that animal, I'm not to tell you. It is what it is, eh? No, I fucked that up. It is what it is, yeah. Something like that. Body bags. What song is that? Mob Size? Man. What else can I say? I'm just trying to fuck y'all up some more. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I was just trying to think, but ain't nothing else popping up. Like that was perfect. The fact that you look like your spouses, the fact that you resemble, I ain't gonna say y'all resemble friends, but when it come to personality, y'all personality are the exact same. Like when it comes to parents, like you see it in movies or something like man, fuck it. You see it in life, like like you go over so much, you become the family. Like you can walk in the house without a key, or you probably got a key to your best friend's house. Like some best friends are they understand that shit. Like if the parents seen you in the house, they would be like, oh hey, like they wouldn't be like, what are you doing here or some shit. Like they they might see you more than they see their own kids sometimes. I'm just saying like you get those where they automatically adopt you. And why did I say that? Why did I say that? Why did I say that? Oh, because they you so much like their kid in that sense. Like y'all resonate so much. It's just like having another one of them in the house. It's just like another son, another daughter, and they resonate. If you just like their son, they take care of their son. It's easy for them to take care of you too, because y'all are just the same knuckleheads that they love to deal with, that make them laugh and different shit like that. And they like being around that energy, and the fact that it's two of you now, that's even more. And like, say if that one of them, like, say if your best friend had died, they'll still damn well have a relationship with that person. You see it so often where the best friend is still very close with the parents, just because it's like, bro, we built our own relationship. Like y'all was my parents too. Like in that we were just talking about that earlier. Like you have more than you have multiple parents. Have multiple brothers, even though it's not, your real brother and sister, but they just like how your brother and sister got blood, these other people have spirits that match. And sometimes your blood don't even have that same spirit that match. Your two blood might not even match at all. Like y'all, I mean y'all blood might match, but y'all spirits might be totally different. So y'all never vibe. Y'all always arguing and shit like that. Versus somebody like somebody else outside of the family, that's like your real fucking family. And that's why they like blood thicker than water, but it ain't thicker than spirit. I'm sorry. Blood physical, spirit is transcends the physical. So that's another thing. Well, yeah, just the fact that you can have multiple parents and shit, like that's you finding yourself and them people seeing the same thing in them, which was in a sense they seen their kid in you, so it was easy for them to take care of yourself or take care of them or whatever, or take care of you. I'm sorry, I'm fucking up. And if they treat you like a good parent, you see, you're like, bro, you can just, like, hey, that's a good father figure. That's how I kind of want to be when I grow up, or that's what you wish your father was, or that's what you wish, that. So that's what you end up seeing, like something that's inside of you, like you just gravitate towards people that's similar, bro. I'm sorry. No matter if it's for a season or a couple of days, like that was in you. I don't care if it's from, bro. It's just weird, man. I don't want to get into it, but it's weird. Just I give you a brief of what I was talking about. Well, of course, one night stands popped up. That shit's in you. Like if you meet somebody, it's like a shooting star in the sense of our reality in time and space and how fast shit move for us. Like that day go and come so fast. So that's it. Just I don't even know how to explain that, but same with like shit popping up in my head, but I don't know how I really want to explain it. Like you in line with somebody and y'all have a good conversation and you never see that person again. Like you will never really talk to strangers, but the fact y'all was able to keep a cool conversation, like it was a little bit inside of you or whatever, like that was able to resonate with that person and have a conversation. Like even if like that person might, because sometimes it come into like that person may either tell you about some shit that's going on in their life, or you tell them, and one of y'all end up giving each other advice, or y'all both end up giving each other advice, so y'all might both end up going through the same shit. For instance, this is just me overthinking. I was at the DPS office and I don't really know how I want to explain this because this is really one of my random thoughts, but it kind of tie in the same shit. Like when you're at the DPS office, everybody's there for literally some of the same reasons. Like y'all all there for one almost purpose, to get identification, right? So at some point, y'all all end up coming at the same time. Like this, how I was just thinking, like we all here at the same time doing the same thing. Like just what is the coincidence that we all be here? And I don't know how if I'm really even saying anything, but yeah, I'm just going too deep. But I had this thought in the DPS office, and it's like if you even take that further, it's like then you end up meeting somebody that's going through the like they probably lost whatever. I'm going too deep, but like I said, just go back to the stranger shit and just stick to that. But going back to the stranger, the fact that you'll even speak to a stranger that don't have, that you never met, and the fact y'all have a good conversation and y'all talk for a minute, say y'all in line for hours or y'all at the DPS for hours, like y'all talk for the whole time and had a good conversation. It's like, damn, that's a good person. You might get their number, you might not, but even then, you might not ever see that person again. And it's like that didn't go on that wasn't for no reason. Even if it was supposed to give you a little inspiration throughout the day or tomorrow or the next week, or it might have been something that you remember for the rest of your life. Like it just depends on how much impact or whatever that conversation was about. But the fact that you was open up to even giving somebody the light of day, key mind light and day, which is light, knowledge, time, all that different shit, like shows that that's honestly you seen something in that person, they seen something in you, which most likely was themselves, and they started having a conversation. So we really just be talking to ourselves, is what I'm trying to say. It's kind of funny. Even in the conversation, you hear what you want to hear. You don't hear what the other person say. You hear what you want to hear. Like you hear, I mean, of course you hear what they say, but you hear your version of what they said. Isn't that weird? That's how I treat everything. No matter what you do, you're gonna distort it to your own version of it. And if your version is malfunctioning or depressed or not in the spirit, that's what you're gonna see. Period. I give this one example again. This is a great example. That North Shore, I'm just giving it because this was a good game that just happened. That North Shore Duncanville game, that was a great fucking game. But somebody walked away sad. Why? Because they felt like they lost. It still was a great game. Like, I don't want to get too deep. Of course, they did lose. But in that same sense, one thing did happen. It was a great game. But somebody might perceive that game as, oh, we got cheated. Oh, we got hold. Man, that wasn't no good game in a sense. Like, but some people might be realistic and like, yeah, we lost. It was just a good game. But then you always know there's that person like, nah, this wasn't this, that wasn't that. I'm just saying, you're always gonna distort the reality. Especially if your team lost. You're gonna be like, oh, this wasn't a great game. That's all I'm really trying to say. Of course they still lost, because that's the rules of the game. But in the reality of it, they won and being in such a great game like that. Most of them niggas going to college just to even get to that game and shit like that. They ain't have to win. They won in life type shit. Especially so far. That was like a D1 college game. It was like almost 31 people got scholarships and shit on that team. And what, there's 11 starters on both sides. So that's 44 starters, 31 out of 44 starters, and all them starters wasn't seniors. I'm just saying, off topic. Them niggas won. But that's all I'm saying. Just no matter what you go through, you're gonna hear it through your own interpretation. If you're in an argument, you're gonna hear it the way you want to hear it. Period. I mean, the telephone game, I talked about this before too. The telephone game showed it. Like, nigga, I just told you what to say, and none of us said it right. How is that crazy? I mean, like, you write something on a piece of paper, say this. No, like, from the first person to the second person, 9 times out of 10, they got it fucked up. Either they said it wrong, or she heard it, or the next person heard it wrong. And it keeps getting befuddled. And even from then, the third person, like, it never gets translated the same. Why? Because it went through a bunch of different spaces. Those words or that statement went through a bunch of different spaces, and all those spaces are distorted and changed it to the way they heard it or thought it was said. Especially when you caught up in a moment, reality starts to move a little faster or a little slower. So, or like little other things start getting equated, like it might be laughter going on, so now you're doing that too. So it's a bunch of different things that's going to interrupt the flow of that statement, trying to get from one point to the other, especially in the sense of that game or anything that you're doing. Like, if you're mad or something, you definitely whatever you hear is gonna be distorted and changed and flipped to the most intense version of whatever somebody say. I love you. What the fuck you mean I love you? I don't want your pity. Like little shit like that. I don't need your love. I don't need your guilt. I don't like shit like it don't matter. It don't matter what somebody say. If you angry, you ain't trying to hear it. Even if they coming out of love, you don't care about that shit. So same with depression. If somebody telling you to be confident, even if you're telling yourself to be confident, like that depression trying to knock that shit away. So whatever, that's all I'm trying to say, bro. Whatever you are as a person in space, eternally, that's what you're going to see. That's what you're going to view. That's what you're going to absorb. That's what you're going to push out. Until you start eternally becoming secure, godly, confident, supreme confidence, like, and of course you won't ever be perfect. I already talked about that. Ain't no perfect, ain't shit perfect here. But the best that you can do, then you're gonna start seeing them. Did I talk about getting out the gates here? Getting out the gateways? Or did I say that in the last video? I think I said in the last video. But I don't know. I'll just repeat it real quick. I don't know. I was just like, a lot of people ask or talk about trying to get into new doorways or asking God to open new doorways. But as far as me, like, I want a doorway to be open, but not to go into anything, but to get out. Like, people want new doorways to walk into so they can be in new spaces and shit like that. But at the end of the day, like I said, you're walking into that space and you're going to distort that space and change that space to whatever you want it to be. You're going to hang up your favorite color in that space. You're going to put your favorite pictures and posters up of your favorite animals into that space or whatever. You're going to put your favorite music station in that space. But you're going to start to change that space to your frequency. So what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to get out of this space. I just want if there was to be any doors, just to get out of certain doors. And the reason I say that is because I ain't even fully getting to my the how I fully explained it last time, but it's like there's many doorways to be walked into. Like there's many perspectives we can go into, but it's hard to get out of these perspectives. It's hard to get like it's almost like a trap, bro. Like you go in, it's like damn, ain't no exit doors out this bitch. Like, and that's how I kind of feel. Like it's not getting in. It's not the hard part. It's actually getting out to me. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. I think it makes sense, bro. As far as like what people believe in, people can fake believe in a bunch of shit. Or can I ain't gonna say fake believe, they can jump for believing a bunch of different shits. Like I don't that's not the problem. Especially when the news will tell you to feel this way, feel that way, feel this way, jump into that, jump into this, jump into that. People do it easy. Minute you're doing something like this, 1 minute you're doing something like this, 1 minute you're moving like this. People do that all the time. Like it's easy to jump into new spaces. It's harder to get out them spaces, especially when you think those spaces are everything. When you think them spaces are more than you. That's the real dilemma. That's when I say it's harder to get out. Like that's the only thing with it. Is people just think those spaces are everything. It's common sense. But people treat spaces like jobs. Maybe the next job would be better. Maybe this should do me better than the last space. Same relationships. It's not really about the relationship. It's about how you are. Period. You never be in a good relationship if you're not a good person. You never be in a good relationship if you don't think about somebody else, if you're inconsiderate. You'll never be in a good relationship if you lack empathy or sympathy. Period. I mean, period. Or whatever. I get tired of people giving power and blame to other things when it's always our fault for the most part. Even if it's not our fault, it's our fault that we didn't change it. Like eventually, when you realize something's not your fault, that's when you got to start being like, all right, well, shit, let me start changing it. Because the fact that you seen it was something wrong, all right, it don't matter who fault it was, you got to fix it because you in it regardless. That's just is what it is. You can pout, bitch, and whatever circumstances put you in the circumstances or the situation. You just got to get out of it. Like I said, no matter. Oh, I didn't even get to say it. I got a little deep and talk about abuse and shit like that. But there's many different reasons we get abused or go into these different relationships. Like some people like the attention of being abused. Some people just think it's easier to stay in these abusive relationships. There's many different levels. Some people really like it when you look at dominatrix and shit like that. Like there's many levels of it. Well, what I'm really trying to say is it don't matter how you get into these spaces. It's your job to get out once you decide that these spaces are not for you anymore. It don't matter how. It could have been somebody entrapped you. Like for instance, this is the example I gave. Like say you have sex through lust and y'all have a baby. Now this person is putting the pressure on you to get married because they want to like that's how they think life should go. We're like, nah, we did this. We I ain't gonna say we fucked up, but we made something happen out of lust. That don't mean I'm about to stay with you like forever. Like, no, I'm not about to change lust into love just because we had a kid. Yes, I love this kid, but that don't mean I gotta love you. Like, that don't mean I gotta move. Like, I mean, of course, love or whatever should come out of it because y'all both raising a kid. But in that same situation, people will get trapped in thinking, oh, now I do have to get married because it's a sin if I don't type shit. That's how people get trapped. But it's many different ways people get trapped in abusive relationships. No matter what it is, people change, and then once you put the ring on it, since it's harder to get divorced, and since there's so much pressure on being married, like they know they trapped you. Women do it, men do it. It just is what it is. Now they can act all different and shit. Like especially for women, I'm not gonna say especially for women, but women, you see it with women happen a lot, where they know once they get married, if you divorce them, they get the bag, so they don't give a fuck and they start acting however they want to act, in the sense of maybe not cheating, because then that shit can get avoided, but in the sense of they don't really give a fuck. They just start talking to you all type of ways. They start giving you hell till they almost try to force you to divorce them in a sense. I ain't saying all women, but and I ain't saying that men don't do that either, but in that same sense, you see women play that out too. But Why did I get to that? Oh, it don't matter how you get into these abusive relationships or whatever scenarios, bad situations, you got to get yourself out. And for instance, like I said, for the black people, we know America ain't shit, but we smarter, bigger, badder than America. So fuck them, get out of it your damn self. It's that simple. Same with any other relationship. Unless you feel like somebody is more smarter than you or is a master manipulator, and you can't get out their wits, then I'm sorry. You're facing your I guess you met your God, and I don't know what to tell you. But until you realize you're the master manipulator and you can live in whatever situation or change whatever situation you want, depending on how you feel, then I mean, until then, you won't have no power. But once you feel that, once you start knowing you the master manipulator, that's when you start having your power. And being a master manipulator um don't mean that you're using people. It's just saying that, all right, we love each other. Let's use this love for growth. Let's not just use this love to stay stagnant and be up under each other's asses all the time. Let's use this love to do things greater and grander. For instance, like Beyonce and Jay-Z or whatever. Yeah, they love each other, but they love each other and they're using that love as a business, and even so far and so forth. But yeah, just understanding the master manipulator is just all right. Yeah, I got a great set of friends, but how can I use these friends to help us all get to somewhere better? If we all hilarious, all right, well let's make a podcast together. Of course, that's the simple shit. Let's make vines together. Let's do whatever together. Like a master manipulator is just being able to use people and put them in the right place. Like everybody's in your life for a reason, so use them for that reason. Like I talk about everybody being, if you're a gift, you need to be used. If we're a gift to this world, we're meant to be used. But I bet you best believe you better be used by the right people. And for instance, I'm a gift to my own self, so I'm gonna use my own fucking self. Like shit, you can give yourself a gift. But in that same sense, there's other people that will use you and make sure you can use them back. Let that be a reflection. Don't let it be parasitic. It could be mutualistic. Sometimes even symbiotic, but what's I think mutualistic and symbiotic, whatever. Oh yeah, I mean if you're in a parasitic relationship, hey, sometimes you got to be in those. Just is what it is. But just understand once it's time to get out, don't stay stuck. Find a way out. But yeah, that's all I got. I didn't even want this video to be that long. My last video I deleted was this long. I did not think I was gonna be able to do it again. But whatever. Always going, always flowing. Head ass. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for commenting. Y'all check out Absolutely Unsure. We had a pretty great debate from a couple different perspectives on, the ultimate goal. And that's what I was supposed to finish with. Let me see what time it is. Let me see. All right, I need to start walking to the store. But as I'm walking, we can get dressed. This store real quick. Y'all can make a journey with me. I'm almost done. I'm tired of losing. We just won a championship. What you talking about, nigga? I mean, we just won the semifinals. All right, we outie. Let me get some change. What was I just talking about too? Shit, let me remember. Oh, the ultimate outcome. Cause after I talk about all this not traveling and stuff, people think I'm the party pooper. And I ain't trying to be the party pooper. I'm just saying, keep your eye on the prize, like Lauryn Hill said. And through that, I believe you can be pretty successful in this world. It's almost like being a super spy, Cause it's like your eye on the prize is like, yes, I'm behind enemy lines, but I know what I'm here to do. Period. Undercover, whatever you want to call it. That's what I think keeping your eye on the prize is. Like, yes, I know I have to um, use this world to make money and survive. So yes, I'm gonna get what I gotta do to survive. But I'm a super spy. I'm a whole nother person. I'm Clark Kent and Superman. Superman don't get caught up in trying to. Oh, is it connecting? What we doing? What's up? What's up? Oh, I see the time going. All right, let's just talk. Like I said, you think Clark Kent stressing over the Daily Bugle? Like, no, either the shit get done or it don't. I'm still fucking Superman. Like, I'm not about to stress out being Clark Kent because I know I'm more than this. Period. As soon as I get the dreaming, I'm to my superhero self. And this word don't even matter no more. So I'm not about to let it stress me out when I'm here. Like, I'm just saying. You are Superman. You are fucking Spider-Man and Peter Parker, of course. But, you know, move accordingly. I definitely should have put some pants on. How you doing? But what I'm saying. Ultimate outcome, man. Not to be a party pooper to you guys say that. Cause I'm just trying to show you my goal is what you niggas goals really wanna be, but y'all just don't know it yet. Y'all don't wanna be paying bills the rest of y'all life. Y'all don't even honestly, y'all don't wanna breathe no more. If we really being real. Y'all wanna be motherfucking Superman where air don't matter. Niggas wanna live forever. But not where you gotta walk and feel this pain. That's all I'm saying. Niggas don't wanna die. Niggas is scared to die. I'm trying to show them there's no such thing as death. Especially when you start becoming this God shit. Well, when you understand you God. But whatever. Definitely cold. Like, niggas want to fly. They just don't believe they can. So they choose not to believe it. But yeah, my ultimate outcome. Spiritually, because we already know financially, everybody got to survive. But the ultimate outcome is to be the super spy. To successfully be Clark Kent and Superman. Where you can stay undercover and still get the job done spiritually. That's the ultimate outcome. Nobody really gotta know, like for me, this is a privilege. Well not for me, for y'all in the sense of me telling y'all how I think and shit. Like if I was to tell somebody about my job, that's a privilege for them to know how I think. Y'all don't have to know me. But internally, that's all that matters. When they talk about long as you're right with God, it doesn't matter how you are with the people. I don't know what exact quote that was, but where it's exactly that in the Bible, but that's honestly being that secret spy. Like, long as your word is right with your higher self and you know what's going on in your higher self, it don't matter how people feel or no matter what situation you go through, whatever they say, you know who you are. And you know if you did something that somebody might consider bad, if you know you did it for your best interest, oh fucking well, let them feel that way. So yeah, like I said, just understanding, be yourself, especially your spiritual self. You don't have to show everybody else in the world because everybody don't deserve that. So yeah, make sure your disguise is hella cold as well. And through both of those worlds, trust me, you're gonna get to the right path, I promise. These movies not showing it for no reason. It ain't just, oh, this just to make a good movie, so we're gonna have this dude with this ultimate disguise. You know, be an ultimate disguise, like especially Superman. The nigga just put on glasses with a suit. That's funny. It's like a black man. Superman supposed to be a black man. Cause if you look at the Klansmen, they be like, how can you tell if you're a black dude? He was like, if you don't speak with slang, or you know what I'm saying? It was just funny. It was hella funny what he said. He wasn't even being like talking real shit. He wasn't even talking at all. He wasn't even slang. It'll be like it'll be example. It'd be like, how do a cowboy sound? We'd be like, howdy partner, or how a Texan sound. If somebody was to think we all talking or all around cowboys or some shit, just some so stupid ass stereotype. And that's all the black dude really gotta do is put on a suit and talk proper, and he really can succeed in the white man society and still get off his shit. Now, of course, some people catch on, and they have caught on. Some people are gonna die, or got hold. But in that same sense, I really don't have a Clark Kent. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm all out in the open. If you're on social media, at least. But if you don't follow me on social media, which I mean, 99% of the world don't, I'm Clark Kent. When you really think about it, it's kind of funny. I'm like, nobody really knows your social media lifts you to them, so nobody really know who I am at work. Only like one dude got my shit, and shit, he don't even be at work. And he got his own shit going too. So I don't think he necessarily give a fuck about telling other people, but it don't matter. I wouldn't give a fuck no way. But yeah, I mean, make sure your Clark Kent is pretty, you know, up to par with society and getting through it. That's all I say. That's a part of the ultimate goal. Because without that, it'd be pretty hard to get through life, bro. I'm just being honest. If you always gotta be woke, if you can't never just joke around, if you always gotta be 100% conscious, like that shit kind of boring. Even back to Black Klansman, the little girl he was trying to talk to, she was one that everything that she said, it always had to be the conscious point to it. And yeah, of course, he was like, I want to get to know you and shit like that. And that can't be boring if you 100% conscious, and that's all you can be. Like me, yes, I'm all consciousness, but nigga, I'm funny too. I got some jokes. Got a few jokes up my sleeve. Well, let me order this shrimp real quick, guys. I ain't even gonna cut it off. Hola. I gotta get tissue. A pound of shrimp. What's up? What's up? Well, I take these. A pound? Oh, the third one? This one.
1 pound?
Yeah. That's fine. Thank you. I need some sticks for a skewer. I think that's what it's called. It should be back here. If they even got them hoes. Oh, they do. $1.69. Oh, that's a lot of these hoes.
La Michoacana Meat Market se esfuerza todos los días para servirle con
What was we talking about before we left? I know we was talking about the Clark Kent shit, but I was off that shit, I think. Um, ultimate goal, being successful, being in both worlds. What else? What else? What else? What else? Damn, I really wasn't thinking while I was in the store. I started thinking about this shit. What else? What else, man? Ultimate goals. Just stick to that. What else is a part of my ultimate goals? Like I said, man, I think people are being short-sighted and they sense of keeping their eyes on the final hour or the prize or the ultimate goal. I think people are a lot of short-sighted as far as they keep it limited to physical shit. Well, I guess being a superhero is physical, but they keep it limited to mundane physical shit. And as far as my mind can tell me, I think we should just keep going past it. And you don't really hear Panic talking about anything like that. Like he talks about it. He was like, until a motherfucker come around flying, then I'll talk about it. Until then, I'm just gonna talk about the mind. But shit, I choose to dive in before people start flying. I guess I would be, I'll just say I was right after a while, once the people start flying. If y'all ever get to see it. Might not happen here. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I think that's it. My ultimate goal is, besides the, economic shit, is to be a fucking superhero. Simple as that. Also, I think I'm pretty far ahead in the game. So if I was to give examples for other people, their ultimate goal is, to actually stop running away from themselves first. That'd be the first thing, is to stop running away from themselves. Understand that you can't escape yourself. Understand if you kill so much of yourself, Just understand that you shouldn't either even be trying to fight yourself, a war and all that shit. Yes, I talk about the war of self, and that's before. I had so much knowledge, but as I've came along, I talk about how shit you need to start signing some peace treaties with yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the ultimate mediator. You're the ultimate diplomat. So, yeah, at certain levels, like I said, it'd be more of what Panic talk about in that sense of the mental shit, bro. Like your ultimate goal, like I said, stop running away from yourself, stop fighting yourself, become one with yourself, gain confidence in yourself. That's a big shit. And it sounds like, hey, that's what everybody tells me to do, but nah, motherfucker, you know what I'm really talking about. Like that undetermined, like ain't nobody better than me self. Like that motherfucker, that drunk, when you be drunk, when you be on strong, when you just be feeling like you that motherfucker. It might not even be on any drugs. That confidence. You ain't gotta always be that, but just understand that's even a small version of you. And we be holding that so high. That's even a small version of you, but whatever. Ultimate, that's how I look at ultimate goals, man. Like it's all eternal shit. It don't really got anything to do with I want to go skydiving, or I want to go travel the world 3 times around. I want to go to every state. I want to try every piece. Like, no, bro. Grass is grass, trees is trees, air is air, water is water, the rest is mental. Big Chris said that. He ain't say all of that, but he said that. Food is food, water is water, the rest is mental. That's how I look at life, bro. It's that simple. If you want anything to get done, it's gonna come from inside. You want happiness? Inside. It's so many things you can want, but it's all gonna come with the inside. If you want to be the fucking worst villain ever, it's gonna come from changing some internal shit about how you feel with the world. If you want to be the best person ever, I don't give a fuck what you want to be. Just know you gotta do it from eternally. Whatever your fucking ultimate goal is, it just comes from eternally. I don't care what your ultimate goal is, actually. I just want to help you get to it. That's really it. Some people, I might help get there faster. Some people gonna figure it out just when I figure it out, because we trying to get to that whole motherfucking thing. The big end all. Some people, they ultimate goal is small. So they don't gotta, whatever. Listen forever. I hate repeating myself. But it is what it is. Ultimate goals can be different for different people. A dog ultimate goal is to lick his ass. That's what Bobby will say. So, depending on how far you down, how far you is, or how much you believe in yourself, your ultimate goal will change. And I think that's what's different. That's my different. When I want to see something different, I have to change some internal shit. And then that's when I'll start to see the world differently. Even if, bro, think about this. If I feel like a god, I will move and act like a fucking god in this world. Period. And that's just how my life will play out. If I move like a simp, I move like a weak ass nigga, that's how life will be played out. And that's how I see life. So it's not really about going anywhere. If I chose to fly, bro, if I could really do it, I'm just saying, I would see this world differently. I guess I really didn't say anything, but I ain't say nothing different, but this is what it is, man. I'm just repeating myself till I get home. Y'all walk me home and to the store. Y'all such a good, I don't know what to call y'all. I was gonna say a date, but I ain't cooking for y'all. Maybe if y'all stayed and watched me cook. But it was a good gesture from you guys. Y'all really love me. And maybe there could be more later on. I'm childish, y'all. But yeah, man, I ain't talking about shit. But yeah, like I said, everybody's ultimate goals will be different. depending on who you are as a person. How you see life depends on how you feel as a motherfucking person. If you feel like the motherfucking shit, that's how you gonna move through life. Like the motherfucking shit. It's like, how do you want to play Grand Theft Auto? How do you want to play the game of Earth, of America? Do you want to be the nigga that get hit and ran over by the cops, or you want to be the nigga that's breaking in the banks, or do you want to be the nigga that's a mogul? Like, what do you want to do? You want to constantly be running away from the cops? Like, what do you want to do? You want to be in a biker gang? I'm just saying, thinking all the shit that can happen in Grand Theft Auto. It's the same shit here, bro. Everybody play Grand Theft Auto differently. Just like everybody play this life differently. So, how do you choose to play this life? How do you choose to view this life? How do you choose to go through this life? All comes from eternal shit. And if you want change, you gotta make it. Ain't nothing else out there that's gonna help it in the sense of anything more than yourself. It's that simple. Tired of repeating myself. I made it to my door, and y'all can't come in for no no nightcap. It is. But I'm out. Deuces. Once again, thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. Did I say that already? Thanks for commenting. Something like that.